Starting off with some landscaping here. This is like my third or fourth attempt at this tiny home. I absolutely adore building tiny homes. I usually build the tier 2, so I really wanted to make sure I got like all 100 of the tier 3 tiles, since that's what we're starting out with. And I decided I had a vision. I really, really wanted like a walkout to the backyard. So that's what I am attempting to make happen. And that's why it took so long to get this shape. But this is the one we're going with. So I've got some landscaping. I've got a pretty simple, like, L-shaped home. It's going to be a pretty, like, standard kind of country rustic cabin at the end of the day. And I adore it. I actually decided to put this on the lot where I dropped my sim self. Yeah, so this isn't necessarily my sim self's house, but would I like to live in this house? Absolutely.
I would like to live in this house.
You don't even know what it looks like yet.
Yeah, but like the layout is really attractive to me.
Yeah, no, I think you're going to like the layout. It is a little bit inspired by my uncle's house, particularly the kitchen, because he's got a really nice kitchen, and there's kind of like a walkout to a backyard patio next to the kitchen, so I was channeling that.
Ooh. Oh, a large stairway. This is not accessible.
No. No, it's not accessible.
To be fair, The Sims is not accessible.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I didn't build this to be accessible either.
No, that's fair. I mean, it's not fair. The Sims should definitely add some ramps.
I would love wheelchairs in The Sims.
I would love ramps, because I often make them with tile, with roof pieces. But yeah, like wheelchairs, crutches, other things, but I imagine it's hard to program them.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, the wheelchair, like we've got the bicycles, and even the kids can use bicycles. So I think wheelchairs could be done. It'd probably take a bit of work.
Yeah.
A bit of doing to figure it out, but I think they've got like some foundations there.
Yeah.
For the programming, for the coding. But crutches would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Although The Sims doesn't do things like 100%. I mean, we've got hearing aids, but those Sims don't have any, like,
traits,
communication barriers or anything.
Yeah,
they just have hearing aids.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Also, but I do like the roofing that you used.
Yeah, I just kept it simple. I wasn't trying to...
Simple is best when you're doing a tiny house. I say knowing exactly what mine looks like.
Oh, you did too much again, huh?
CJ.
You did too much.
It's
you always do too much.
I always do too much. We've established that Amanda too muchness is a thing.
Yes.
That I go through.
Yeah. If I could have any room in this place, I want this dining room. That big picture window out to the back. Ugh, so pretty.
That window is so hard to use. I like that window. I never use it because it's how do you call it? It's a statement piece.
It is. It is.
It's a feature.
It's a picture window.
It's a picture window. It's the thing that goes into the real estate website.
Yeah, it's the picture that you take in your own home and then get framed and put up in your own home.
In the same room.
Yeah.
With the fans.
Yup. I didn't make this off the grid or anything like that, but
which is fair.
It's close. I wasn't trying to make it off the grid, but I was trying to make it rustic. So yeah, got the.
You prefer to make tiny houses, right?
I love making tiny houses.
I love making tiny houses. Amanda too muchness, right? Because even when I'm doing tiny houses, I'm like, yeah, but like, what if it's twice as big?
So there's a tiny house TV show that I've watched, and like the pilot episode is this family that want to move into a tiny home, and they are bringing their baby grand piano with them into the tiny home.
Spoiler alert, they're not.
Spoiler alert, they did.
Oh boy.
They got the baby grand piano in there.
How big is a baby grand piano?
Too big for a tiny house.
Oh, like, yeah, okay, but... Cause,
no, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it meant something to the family and everything.
Of course.
It was important to them to get that to work, but, like, the response to someone trying to fit a baby grand piano into a tiny house is, why are you in a tiny house? And I feel like you are one of those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Because tiny living sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Until you realize that your life needs to fit into it.
Yep.
And I don't live in a big place by any means. But I would live somewhere bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
I like having space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, which is funny because like I didn't really grow up. I grew up in an apartment.
Yeah.
Like my grandparents had a house and that was it. But I like having space to breathe.
Mm.
Also I have 2 cats. They need places to run.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't put any pets in this place.
Which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
I
just a lot of brown.
Didn't either. Yeah, I didn't either. Oh, I love that table.
I do too.
I'm curious about your kitchen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, we plan on doing 100, then I think 64 is the next one.
Yep.
And then 32.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if we can go even smaller. Like
Oh,
a 5x5, a 4x4.
Do a micro? Yeah.
A micro, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
a teensy tiny one.
Yeah, if we keep like half by half, it's 64, 32, 16.
Okay. Like a 4x4?
Like 4x4.
Hey.
Oh, God.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
No, it doesn't. I've made some before.
Yeah.
Like, the tiny living pack was a response to a trend, right? Which was very clever of The Sims. Still a really good pack.
Amazing pack.
Yeah. Still worth buying even after all these years because the furniture tends to be more compact.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember all of the Simmers making like 4x4, 3x3. I think 2x3 was the smallest one you could get without like cheating.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but usually I think the 3x3 was the smallest functioning.
Yeah.
But the problem with the 3x3 is that you don't get space for a lot of personality. It's just the functionality, right? So.
Yeah, and I think I packed a lot of personality into this one.
Yeah.
Again, like, I put this
For
on the
sure.
lot with my Sim self.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever
This
I
is
had,
a
like...
CJ house. Like, you would live here. I
would.
know, because
But-
I know, like, that bed with the
Mhm.
the masculine comforter.
Yep.
That is a CJ bed.
Yep. Well, and the color palette, the gray bookshelf,
Mm-hmm.
that's very me. But that's the thing. Whenever I had, like, I don't know what item I'm going to use here, I would pick the thing that I would pick, but I didn't build this for me. So this person just has the same style as me.
Sure, that
Same
is
taste.
an unexplainable coincidence that we're going through right now. Yes. No, I love the layout. I love the blueprint of the house really speaks to me because it feels very cozy. And we have a bad habit of making, not us, like people who play The Sims, just when you're starting out, you tend to do just like boxes, one box next to the other. I still do that. You're gonna see my next one is literally boxes, but I like when there are these little cutouts here and there.
Yeah,
they're hard to manage, but still,
kind of depends how you do them.
Yeah.
I did do the bump outs on this one while thinking about the roof because I knew what kind of roof shape I wanted, which makes it easier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And here's the kitchen, my absolute favorite thing to build.
I do love a kitchen. And like I said, I based this kitchen kind of off of my uncle's house.
Yeah.
And this is like my Italian uncle that does Christmas dinner, or his kids do Christmas dinner. So like this is the house that we eat at, and the kitchen is where we eat, and so like lots of fond memories. So I was trying to kind of channel that in this kitchen, although this is not a dine-in kitchen. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted it to look like a place where you could almost see all of the aunties and uncles, like, leaning up against those cupboards while someone's doing the dishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It is really, really nice.
It's very cute.
I want to see what you did for the landscaping.
Yeah, so landscaping's going to be last. But
Loads
we're
of plants.
almost finished the house here. Yeah.
The umbrella stand.
I always put the umbrella stand. I put the fire tools this time because it felt like a good addition.
That is also from Seasons?
No, the
right?
tools of fire, I think, were added to the base game later.
Oh, okay.
I think we got that like a couple Christmases ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I did make this like a gardener's house, so
Of
I put
course.
the flower arranging table.
This is all you. It's the plants and the earthy tones with the blues and grays. It's so very you.
A pile of books behind the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, excellent item from the base game.
Is that one base game or is that Cats and Dogs?
I'm frowning.
I think... Oh, I don't know.
I think it's base game.
I think it might be base game.
Because I use it a lot, and I think it's base game.
But yeah, I completely agree that this does look like someplace that I would live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I really like how I decorated this dining room.
It has a very... It's the thing that you said, it's from your uncle's house. It does have that grandparent-ish feel to it.
Old?
No, that is not what I mean, surprisingly. It's not old, not modern by any chance, but old-fashioned. Like it was built in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like me.
And me.
Yay.
Yeah, no,
it's not old, CJ. No, we're not going to call it old.
Because this is so adjacent to my taste, it really is, like... I feel like this is a very classic kind of mid-century rural Canadian, where, like, this is someone who built their own house, and, like, a lot of the stuff in it is handmade and kind of, like, salvaged and patched up and, like, maintained rather than bought someplace. Like, this isn't furniture that was curated from a magazine.
No.
It was like, oh no, half of my wardrobe got ruined. I guess I'll sew all of these plaid shirts together and make a blanket. Like, that kind of thing. Which, yeah, fair enough, is very me.
Yeah.
It's the person I wish I was.
I know. We all wish we were a person that owned property.
Yep. That's it, yeah.
There is like a communal place outside. I would sit here with you. I would complain about the mosquitoes the entire time.
You would sit there you would want to sit there. You'd be like, when are we going outside for a campfire?
Yeah.
And then we would get out there, and a minute and 25 seconds later, you would be like, bugs.
Yeah.
You want to go inside?
Yeah. That's definitely me.
Yeah.
That is most definitely me.
Yes.
I do like the outside.
You do, until you're there.
Yeah, basically. I wouldn't go back inside. I would just be like, it's like, okay, well, we need some, how do you call it? The
Citronella.
Citronella. Yeah, the same word in Portuguese. The citronella candle. So it's like, I need 20.
Yeah.
And I need to cover myself in it.
Although, there is a trick, like a guaranteed trick, as long as you're not allergic to mosquito bites. If you just let the mosquito get the blood and fly away, it doesn't itch.
That's not true for me.
It will itch while the mosquito is in,
no.
sucking your blood.
Yeah.
It will itch. But as soon as it flies away, it will stop and it won't come back.
I wish that was true for me.
You might be allergic.
I am extremely, I would... How far into this are we? Because if I start complaining... Yeah.
Save your story.
Start complaining about the mosquitoes.
Complain about the mosquitoes when we get to your build.
Mine does not have mosquitoes.
Neither does mine. I didn't put any in there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can... I wish we had that in real life. It's like, mosquitoes are optional. Yeah.
I didn't place any mosquitoes on the slot, so we're fine. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm just doing the landscaping, final touches. That's it. I love it.
It's beautiful. You were saying you love this one?
I love this lot, yeah.
I wanted that bit of, isolation. Again, it's going to be an isolated one.
Mm-hmm.
This is not horror, but it is to do with death.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love death.
Yeah, I know you do.
I shouldn't necessarily phrase it that way. I have a different attitude towards death than most of the people I've met.
Yeah, that is more than fair.
Yeah.
So, going for a different vibe than yours, I stacked mine.
Yeah.
It's box on top of box.
I'm very curious where this is going.
So was I. it took a while, especially because there were stairs at some point.
Yeah.
That I said what I always say. It's future Amanda's problem.
Mm-hmm.
Future Amanda is tired of old Amanda, past Amanda, saying that everything is her problem. But I had just gotten Life and Death, and I really wanted to use that pack with the green swatch. If anybody plays Dragon Age, specifically the most recent one, I think you're going to recognize the color scheme. CJ does not play it, but you have seen the Necromancer, right?
I'm sure if you showed me a picture, I would be like, yes.
Yeah, so his whole color scheme is the purple and green, which are colors associated with death, but also with royalty, luxury, etc. Yeah. I wanted to keep to that color scheme. I was going to go heavier on the green, but then I decided the other one is going to be easier to match on the outside. So I'm going for that more like reddish wood with green walls and other accents. Now, the story here is that this is a funeral home adjacent to a graveyard.
Okay.
And while there's definitely you could interpret this as horror if you wanted, because I'm also thinking this is under the care of a very lonely person. Again, very isolated, but it has a more of a happy vibe. That's not true, because I just remembered the story I wrote in my head for this person. Not a happy vibe, but how do I say it? There aren't really ghosts in here. All of the ghosts are in our hearts. CJ, stop looking at me like I have problems. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the build.
I'm so confused.
I know. Like, we're gonna get there. So, whoopsie. We're gonna have to edit that out. Okay. Anyway, I want this to look a little older.
Mm-hmm.
And older but not run down like the lighthouse was from a previous video. No, this is very new. Like, it's been taken care of, passed on generation to generation of caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very loved house, very warm and cozy, because death should not be scary.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a place where they live. Sometimes people come inside to mourn, but mostly this is a home. Regarding the building itself, like we said, making tiny houses gets a little tricky because everything gets very boxy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Building in The Sims gets very boxy sometimes. I knew I wanted to do a stackable house, but I needed some bump outs to make the shape interesting.
Yeah.
All of the shapes on the outside of the house, you can walk onto them. So I think with the exception of one, most of all of them have a door to them.
Mm-hmm.
And something in there.
Mm-hmm.
That glass door, though, took forever because I hate all of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. They're way too... Oh, and now stair placement. Of course. Yeah, don't ever
Change where you put the stairs this far into a build?
No, I do that all the time. I
Oh.
said don't ever do a stackable house.
Ah.
That was a bad idea. A very bad idea. And then I gave up on the stairs. I needed to optimize the space.
Yeah.
I don't like using the letters when a house feels that old.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for The Sims it doesn't make a difference, but I like to think that there's an old person living here, and
Their poor knees.
my poor knees. My knees hurt looking at this.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Because you might criticize me for living on the first floor of my apartment, but
If there's ever a power outage, you're okay.
I still have stairs,
Yeah.
and that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't need more.
Mm-hmm. No. Oh, this poor person. Not off the grid. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna use a lot of life and death.
That green is so pretty.
This entire pack is beautiful.
Yeah.
All of the wallpapers, those counters, and they did go with like the colors that I wanted to use, which was the wine and the green, but that dark green, very
Yeah.
earthy. It just works.
The forest green.
The forest green. Yes.
That's another pack. Life and Death, I really love the build assets, the cast assets. I want them in my build so badly. I really don't want the gameplay.
You don't want the gameplay because you think that the Sims should die. The characters, not the game. But
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that the Life and Death game pack makes it so death isn't the end.
I don't remember the gameplay enough.
Yeah.
I do need to do some gameplay with this one because
Well, like in the base game, and it's
Yeah.
always been the case, or it's usually been the case with The Sims, that when your sim dies, you can still have the ghost be part of your family.
yeah.
Um,
But now you can play with the ghost.
and like have like almost like career goals and like still have those like aspirations
Yeah.
and things like that.
It's an occult now.
It's an occult now, and
But you don't have to play it as an occult. You can let them go.
I know, but it's gonna busy up the UI, And the UI during gameplay is so busy already.
Oh god, yes.
It's the worst part about playing the game is dealing with the menus.
All of the menus.
They recently updated the cooking menu and the socialization menus.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to...
Yeah, talk about your build.
So now we get to a bit of the backstory. Because as you can see here, we're building a shrine.
Yes.
In the bedroom.
Yes.
Which implies a partner. That has...
died.
I was going to say passed on, but sure, CJ, let's be.
What? Accurate with our language?
Yes.
Too blunt? I'm sorry.
So here I'm just like exploring all of the catalog just to see like what I want to use on the outside. But also the inside, because there's so much good furniture, and it's not old furniture, but it's old feeling.
Yeah.
Right? It's that...
kind of classic.
It's classic. It's the thing that you inherited back when you made things to last.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of the bottles. Oh, I love the bottles. I want to use all of the bottles all the time.
Yeah, that's just beautiful.
That is beautiful. I love it.
Those windows are super nice too.
Might be my favorite part of the pack. Those glass windows, they have a clean
and a dirty.
And a dirty, some of which I think are cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using the shelf to place things over here, because I'm not great at it. You need some patience in The Sims, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, this goes really well with the crystal creations, because I think I used some of the crystal creations, and the paranormal stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you would get like 3 packs, those 3 go really well together.
Yeah, and then I guess Realm of Magic would go with those super, super well.
It doesn't. It's a different vibe.
You think so?
I think so. It's not bad.
Movie hangout stuff.
Those could work.
That could be good.
The crow.
See, that's another thing. Like, I really want a pet bird in The Sims.
Yeah.
The tarot cards are beautiful. I do wish that The Sims had acknowledged the history of the tarot a little bit more.
The tarot cards are not Roma.
They're not.
They are not. They're coded as Roma. But they are apparent... Okay. Superficial research. If you know the history of tarot cards, please educate me. But from what I have seen, it's an European card game. That started out as just a card game that got kind of developed into this fortune-telling thing.
Yeah.
And then it got coded as Roma. I don't know if it's because Roma people were using it, but it's not... From what I learned, it's not like a traditional Roma practice that's been westernized. It's a Western... it's an European thing that kind of got coded by white people with time.
Okay. Sorry, you saying that it's European, therefore it's not Roma?
No. I'm saying it's
okay, that's like saying that like hip hop isn't African culture.
Okay, no, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's
so it could still be Roma, but it would be like a new European Roma, not the like.
No, I'm trying
Eastern
to say it's
tradition?
like it's West European.
Yeah.
It's like it's not English. I think it was Italy.
Okay.
It's like it wasn't like a cultural practice. It was literally a card game.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna stop talking because I really don't know the history all that much.
And I'm sure it's
It might be complicated because it always is with history.
And that's the thing with Roma history as well. I'm not.
Yeah, I get
Roma.
Yeah.
But like. It's one of those things where it's one of the oldest diasporas that we are aware of. Mm-hmm. So the like the culture and the way that it's like separated and grown from that original departure, right? From like the Indus region. there's so many changes, so many things that you can't really pin down and track to a certain culture, and
that is fair.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look into it because I do have an interest in knowing like where these came from, because I think that as pieces of art the cards are beautiful, and I love seeing people do reinterpretations of it.
Yeah, it's such an interesting cultural history to look into for that, like, because it's the oldest diaspora we know of. It is so cool.
Okay, back here.
Yes.
To the build.
Back to the cemetery.
Because so I clearly can't have a funeral home on the inside, so this is an outside mourning space.
Okay.
Very appropriate for your grief.
Sure.
You know? And I think you can see that there is a swing set that's being overtaken by weeds and dry plants. That is part of the sad history. There was a partner and there were children. Neither of them are here. So that's why it's sad.
Yes.
I know that that big slab of stone is a grave on itself, but I wanted to use it as a platform because it worked so well. Like,
fair.
I like the idea of like you come in, you put them there, and then on the other side you take them to the to the cemetery. I'm really and that's for the planter is for natural burials, which we should do more of, in my opinion. But yeah, I didn't. What?
It's complicated.
It's complicated, very complicated. But especially in Canada, because frozen stuff. But yeah, that is my thing.
Hey Simmers, thank you so much for watching. Who do you think had the best build? Drop a pink heart for Amanda or a blue heart for CJ in the comments below. Hope to see you next week. We'll be posting a new video every Thursday.